Kennya Sanchez, a passionate real estate agent and wellness lifestyle advocate. She's also the inspired founder of Viva by Design Dance and Wellbeing Studio. Kenya's dedication to enriching lives extends beyond real estate, deeply into fostering wellness and joy through dance. Her love for teaching dance is not just a profession, it's a means of empowering people, connecting individuals, and creating memorable experiences within the community. At the heart of her mission with Vive by Design is integrating dance and well-being into every aspect of life. As a homeschool mom, Kennya understands the importance of nurturing environments that promote learning, creativity, and growth. Her involvement as a Toastmaster member has further honed her communication and leadership skills, enabling her to advocate effectively for her clients and foster meaningful connections within the community. Through her work in real estate and as the force behind Vive by Design, Kennya Sanchez advocates for holistic living. She believes wellness, education, and community should be seamless woven into the fabric of our homes and lives. Her commitment to teaching dance and empowering others illuminates her approach, making every interaction with Kennya an opportunity for growth, connection, and transformation. Let's welcome Miss Kennya Sanchez.
Thank you, Dr. Miranda. So this is an experience of what we do in Toastmasters. Dr. Miranda and I are both members. I am the secretary, she's the past president. I think I said it correctly. And that is one of the things that I like to incorporate in everything that I do is the public speaking because I'm part of that already and we do it everywhere. But I do want to ask you guys, I want you to raise your hand and you tell me who's had a perfect, easy life? You have? Let's be positive. I mean, without challenges, without any issues. Anybody? No? That's the truth, right? We don't happen. If y'all want to just switch your chairs this way, that'll be easier for everyone. That's the truth. I mean, life is that's how it happens. I was thinking in 2012 that I found my perfect life. I mean, I was overcoming something, but I finally started my dance studio. I was overcoming lupus. I was just on track. I lost a lot of weight at that time. You know, I started my business, and my business was, to my terms, becoming very successful. And I thought that was gonna be how it's gonna be forever. But things happened. In 2009, after feeling so sick prior to that, with lupus, I decided that I thought I was ready for a baby. And, sorry, not 2009, this was in 2016. I was thinking I was ready for a baby. I was so healthy, feeling so healthy that I prayed to God, if this is the time for me to have another baby, I'm ready. My husband, Christopher, was asking for a babysitter, which was baby sister, named Charlie. My mother-in-law and I would see a baby everywhere, and we're like, oh my gosh, that's Charlie. We wanted her so much. We wanted those chubby cheeks, that straight hair, that fierce girl, active, sweet, and that is exactly how I imagined her. In that time, my son was in 3rd grade. He was struggling through school. Prior to that, everything was perfect. It was amazing that from kinder to 2nd grade and in 3rd grade, something was different. I was having issues with the teacher and I didn't know if it was my child or the teacher. Well, in 2016, I was expecting my baby girl. Life was still amazing. And then I started to focus on the term autism. What is autism? I don't know why, but I started to really pay attention to that. Has anyone seen the Atypical show? No? Okay. Yes. It's a show about a teenager who's autistic. And it really started to call my name. I was like watching it all the time. I remember having my big belly, crossed legs, there sobbing because I was thinking that I was familiar with this child. And my child was only in 3rd grade. I still wasn't sure. I still didn't have anything confirming that he was autistic. towards the end of his school year in 3rd grade, it was the roughest time, and he started to ask me to homeschool him. Homeschool you? I am becoming successful. I'm a businesswoman. I'm having a baby. How can I even think about homeschooling you? I don't know what that's like. Never. But I prayed about it, and I got my answer. And I decided to homeschool him in 4th grade, 3 months after having my baby. And I thought I still could do this all. It was starting to feel challenging. My brain was no longer able to access that happiness that I would feel when I would do my dance classes. And I was like, what's going on? And I was afraid that my students were being able to see it. I was becoming overwhelmed, drinking coffee so much, not alcohol coffee, to try to push through. And I didn't recognize that. And I started to think that I was no longer enjoying my life at that time, and it was becoming chaotic. So I decided that I had to pause, and I, with all the pain in my heart, decided to close my dance studio. That was me. My studio was Vive by Design, was me. I felt so connected to that space, and I thought that if I closed that down, I was changing who I was forever. One of my mentors told me, Kenya, you are Vive by Design anywhere you go. You don't have to be in this location. It's okay to let it go. You can do what you do because that's what you are here to do anywhere you go. I couldn't understand that for the longest time. But in 2019, I decided to go ahead and become mobile. I was still super busy, but I was no longer having to clean up the studio, set it up, do all those classes for that long. And let me tell you, 2020, it was because of me. COVID, I called it. I needed it. I was overwhelmed without even knowing it. And I was praying for something to change. So when COVID happened, I thought, okay, I was struggling to be home with the kids in the evenings because I was at the studio all the time, homeschooling. So that was challenging. And because I stopped moving every day, I had a lupus flare. That lasted for months, which, I started gaining weight and I started to doubt myself. I started to be angry with myself again. So what did I do? I paused, and at this time in COVID, what did I do? I processed what was happening, what I had to go through. I realized that I was needing to change careers, becoming a real estate agent. It was easy, I could do it online at home. And I didn't find myself how I fit dance, which is my passion, and real estate. I've searched for that for the longest time. And I also had the moment to understand what autism was. Learning that Christopher is on the spectrum, my son Christopher is on the spectrum. I had so much time to research and also have an aha moment that not only is he on the spectrum, but that I also have a neurodiverse mind. Doesn't mean I'm on the spectrum, but it does mean that my mind is unique and different. And for the longest, I used to think that my brain, the way it worked, was because I was from Mexico. I was like, oh, it's just because I'm from Mexico. And I would see all these other people and be like, but they don't have that issue. And once I figured that out, I was like, okay, I love myself even more now. Thank you. I also took the time to learn to organize my home and see what I needed to improve my lifestyle at home because it was chaotic. And I understood that I needed a different way of doing things for me at home. So COVID, I worked onto that. In 2022, I started to battle with how in the world do I do dance, because that's who I am, and do real estate. How do I even incorporate that? And just recently, I started to have so much more energy because I started to understand that I'm a lifestyle advocate. And with being a lifestyle advocate, I could do real estate, I can do dance, and I can do these events because I love to connect people. So I decided that it was time for me to resume and be the new person that I have become. So now I am walking around still Vive. I love my Vive. And I am now just thinking I'm a lifestyle advocate. I can help people. I can do, business consulting. And if you haven't heard of it, creative mind, that is a mind that is on the spectrum. So that is where I fall. Where yes, I kind of like to do a lot of things, but I know now how to couple it together and make it work for me, and be able to serve the community, who is what I like to do. So I want you to pause today and just think of something that you've had going on with yourself and that you may need to process so you can resume. Thank you.